What's up, Yugi Nation? It's your boy Enzo, and even though Mobile Legends has several supports that you can use, being Estes, Rafaela, and Diggy, high-tier players still choose to use non-support heroes and modify them to help support their team's carry. This practice by these high-tier players has now become more pronounced, as the 1-3-1, or what we know as the funnel rotation, dominates the game's way of helping your team's carry to farm faster by feeding them all the resources. And for today, we'll talk about these non-support heroes, their capabilities, and on why they are best used as a support. So without further ado, let's go! So first on our list is Johan. Johan has a unique capability to throw and knock up heroes in the air that makes him support worthy. And also his ability to kill or steal buffs and clear lanes fast is one of his main purposes that makes your funnel earn their gold quickly. If you've already encountered the Johan, you know how annoyingly good Johan uses are. Johan could also be tanky when used as a support, but still provides decent damage, making it easier for your team's carry to kill enemies. Just so you know, Johan is also an excellent offlaner too. Our next hero is Natalya. When used as a support, Natalya's main purpose is to give vision to her teammates, and also to delay enemies' rotation and give their carry a hard time to farm. Natalya's burst capabilities are still considered and are also used since she is still an assassin in the first place. Having an enemy Natalya as a support is a headache to you and your team, as your team's rotation will be very predictable, and your team being ganked is always a possibility. To use Natalya as a support, it's your job to follow the enemy's carry. But do not initiate, wait for your team so they can initiate a gank when the enemies are out of their position. This way of playing Natalya is the main reason why assassins or marksman players ban her in the draft. Third on our list is Asian Lunox, or Luo Yi. Even though she's still one of the most new heroes in the game, Luo Yi's potential is easily recognized by most pro players and mostly use her as either an offlaner or a support. Her capability of dealing damage at a certain area makes items that have slow effects like Ice Queen Wand or life draining or healing reduction items like Necklace of Durance are an excellent pair for her skills, and with these items, it makes Luo Yi an A+ support. Also, when using Luo Yi, always try to keep distance at every teamfight by taking advantage of her range skills. Luo Yi's ultimate is also very helpful when you play her as a support. Her ultimate teleports you and your allies in a specific location on the map, whether it's initiating ganks or take objectives easily. Due to the most recent buff she just received, Luo Yi is one of the most prioritized heroes in the draft. The fourth hero is Aurora. If you ask me personally, I think she's one of my top list of the most annoying heroes in Mobile Legends. Even though she is rarely used, high-tier players make good use of her as a support. Despite having a lack of mobility, the short cooldown of her stun skills also makes her a great support. And the most annoying characteristic of Aurora is that she can instantly and easily burst down enemies with her ultimate. The enormous damage she produces in the early game makes it easier for your team's carry to last hit enemies, giving your carry a large gold advantage. Most experienced players in the game take advantage by hiding Aurora in the bushes. This will give enemies a hard time roaming the map due to them being afraid of being burst down by Aurora. For our fifth wannabe support hero is Popple and Koopa. As I see it, I think Popple and Koopa is more reliable to use as a support rather than what he really is, a marksman. That's just our personal opinion, and I'll explain why. Popple and Koopa is also one of the young heroes in the game, but easily recognized by players because of Popple's friend Koopa. Taking advantage of Koopa makes him a support easily. Popple and Koopa is good for taking objectives easily like buffs, clearing lanes fast, and destroying enemy towers. Players also take advantage of using Koopa to protect their carry without Popple having to front, also is a good way to zone out enemies. What also makes Popple and Koopa too good of a support is their third skill. Their third skill puts up 3 traps anywhere in the map. These traps also give vision to where your enemies are. Some players make good use of this skill by putting these traps in critical locations in the map, making your enemy's rotation predictable. Popple and Koopa's contribution to team fights are also an A+. Popple and Koopa deals decent damage and superb crowd controlling effects inside a team fight, even if he has tank items to make him durable. And just so you know, Koopa receives 100% of Popple's attributes. Yes, you heard it right, 100%. When Popple and Koopa are built with durability items, they will surely last inside a team fight as good as a tank. It is your priority to build items to support your carry, like healing reduction, slow effect items like Sea Halberd and Thunderbelt. And for the last but not least is Vladimir. If you're a seasoned player of the game, you know he's the most used support hero who is not actually a support. After Vladir's revamp, Vladimir quickly rises and changes the game's meta. Vladimir is also a tank user's worst nightmare because of this. Vladimir already received many nerfs in the recent patches, but these nerfs don't affect him at all. Vladimir is still one of the most prioritized heroes in the draft, but what makes him so overpowered? I personally think it's his first skill alone. When you have a Vladimir in your team, it gives you a high chance of pressuring enemies and acquiring first blood. Invading enemies' buff and securing it will be easy for your team's carry, as Vladimir produces enormous damage in the early game. If you happen to use Vladimir, your mindset must be to pressure enemies. Always make sure you terrorize your enemies and never be seen as prey. Despite being a slow mage with limited capacity to escape, you have the right tools to punish anyone who tries to dive you. You can also incapacitate shorter range killers like Carry, Granger, and 1-1. When Vladimir is built with a slow effect item like Ice Queen Wand, Vladimir will be unstoppable in terms of team fights. But still, remember that it is your job to keep your team alive rather than dealing the killing blow yourself. So, what do you guys think? If you have your own list, leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to visit yugatech.com/gaming for more news, tips, and tricks. It's your boy Enzo, and stay safe.